What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And it's a new week and a lot of stocks setting up. If you are new, consider subscribing because you're going to get stocks that are going to explode for the next entire week in this video. So let's get started with the list that we had discussed on 5th of April. And DB Realty, I think I had made it very, very clear that this is the real estate stock that I'm going to be looking forward to. And just look at the move, 7.5%. We also spoke about Divgi talk transfers, and again, they started, it shook out in the starting, but then it made a move. Medicament started to make a move. Geofin, again, a big imbalance candle ready to move higher. KPIL, I think we spoke about this one as well, that, this is setting up, and it did. Move higher. Zomato, same thing. Gokex was again now setting up. So more or less, a lot of names did do well, on the 5th of April. Now let's talk about the week ahead, and I have some interesting names for you. So let's first talk about IntSwift Labs. Now this is a weekly, very big base breakout of this particular name. Now this is a really, really interesting stock. So I'll just put up some volumes over here just to see the volume activity. So now I usually don't like to trade when the volumes are very, very high like this. So I would definitely keep this on my radar. I would wait for something like this to happen maybe, and then maybe I would wait for a consolidation to enter. But just do keep IntSwift on your radar. Now Pesalo is again another interesting name. Now if you see Pesalo, this is setting up a similar base, the kind of a base that we always like to see in different stocks. And if you see this, it's pretty insane. The only problem is it moved 10% already. There is a lot of imbalance that it can cover up. So again, this is a stock that I prefer, but because of this imbalance candle, I think risk reward, from a risk reward perspective, this may not be the best one to trade. Coastal Corporation looks set, very good base, volume dry up. I think this is a buy. So I think we saw a few other fishery stocks which were doing decent because of an uptick in demand. I think we saw Venky's. We also saw Apex Frozen Foods, and I think there were a bunch of other names also which were doing decently well. So Coastal Corporation again would be interesting. Now Jay Balaji Industries again moving out of the base. Now this is a circuit stock, and I'm not really a big fan of this. It hit an upper circuit. And this has been like a big mover. So very risky one to trade. But again, I'll just keep this on my radar. Maybe if it gives an entry. Copran, I think this is a very interesting name, and I think this could be one of the underdogs. Now, why am I calling it an underdog? Because there's no expectation from this stock from me personally. Because what it did is it swept the highs, trapped the retail buyers on the higher side. Did this, took everyone out. So this is a classical weak hands liquidation kind of a structure, and now it's making a good base. So I think there are a couple of other pharma names. Now remember, Ashish Kacholia's concentrated holding is Copran, and there are a few other pharma names which are doing well, including Lincoln Pharma and I think SMS Life Sciences. There are a few bunch of pharma names. So Copran, for those reasons, is going to be on my radar. Now, I've been speaking about hospitality in hotels, and Juniper is, no such exception. Juniper doing extremely well, setting up a nice little basing formation, and if it starts moving from tomorrow, I think we could see some fireworks in this. Geo Financial Services. Now, I like the stock, but I think it's a little too stretched. There could be intraday opportunities, but from a swing perspective, I think I have my reservations. Now, another very, very interesting name is Pix Transmissions. Just look at the base. I mean, you can't get anything better than this in this market. I mean, just absolutely insane. Now, just look at this, right? So the stock IPO'd in, I think, May 2022, creates a base, moves out of this base, right? Shakes everybody out, creates another base, and you could see the volume activity. I mean, it's a no-brainer that this stock is going to double up in the next 6 months. Like, it's a no-brainer. It will do it. Now, the only tricky part is that if you want to execute this stock, you'll have to be a little careful. So you can see that, intelligent breakout traders were taken out over here. And now I think there could be some opportunities. So I'm definitely interested in Pix Transmissions, and I would definitely look to execute that. Next up is Take. Now, Take Solutions, not the best of the lot, but it is creating a base, a nice little volume dry up, something that I'll be watching out. KPIL, I think I've been vocal about this name also, that wonderful name, solid action. This is what a super or outperformer stock looks like. KPIL, wonderful. Next up is IRM Energy. Now, not exactly the best little structure, so I was just giving an example of a trade idea over here to a student. Now, if you see this, the base is good, volumes have dried up, the stock has come back to the place from where it started off. So I think it's a really good place in which IRM Energy is currently situated. Now this one is my favorite, and this is Ease My Trip. I already have a position in Ease My Trip. That's a disclosure that I would like to give. I already have a 10,000, 15,000 share position in Ease My Trip. And I think there is a lot of action in this one. Again, this is from the hospitality space, like an indirect play. But I think Ease My Trip is going to be interesting. Deep Industries. Now, this is also very, very good. So if you look at this, stock trading at all-time high, and now just look at this tiny little base with the volume contraction. I mean, this is something that you can't miss. A very, very, very good structure. I think has a lot of potential. Don't be surprised if it hits an upper circuit tomorrow. Next up is Samac. Now again, not ready yet, but it's a very micro cap kind of stock, not having a lot of liquidity. Making VCP in the making, but again, I think there are 1 or 2 more days which it requires. Now, another name which I am extremely bullish about is IKIO Lighting. Now, this stock IPO'd in, I think, 2023, June of 2023, and then the stock has just been on a downward spiral. Now, it has finally made a very good base. Like in its entire journey, it never created as good of a base as this. And now I think a lot of the weak hands are out. Now, the stock trades at about a price earnings of about 90. It's a debt-free company, very good, ROC, very good ROI, good promoter holdings. I mean, everything is solid. The company is also commissioned a capex project. It's in the business of LEDs, lighting, and commercial lightings, lighting, refrigeration, etc. So I think it's a very interesting space where the company is operating. The structure is really nice, and what I like about this is the volumes, very, very dried up, creating a base. I think this could be start of a massive run in IO lighting. I might even take a position in this. So I'm again bullish on this, but this is more of a positional play, not like a short-term play. ITI, again, not really very, very interested in this, but again, the structure is very similar, so I thought I'll show this to you. Then this is Punjab Chem and Crop. Again, not a very big fan because of this supply, but again, structure is okay. Yatra looks interesting. Now, again, just see Ease My Trip, Yatra, all of these names setting up together at the same time. There's definitely something cooking. Volumes drying up. So that's about that. Lincoln Farmers. I think I told you that pharma stocks, 1 or 2 pharma stocks are on my radar. So Lincoln is one of them. HEG, again, an intraday setup, most likely. We're looking for a momentum play over here. Okay, so this is not something that I want to see. Then next up is Texmaco Rails. I think we had a discussion about this. Is still consolidating. Maybe if railway as a group starts moving, it could be interesting to see this. Adani Green Energy, again, it still has to take the supply out, but again, an interesting one. Veto switchgears, again, a very, very beautiful A plus kind of a setup, setting up really nicely, could explode tomorrow. Nuvama is another one of, another name which I think I am super, super, super bullish on. And the only risk is the imbalance on the downside, but I think there is something cooking. Like if I open this on the 15-minute, there's a lot of imbalance on the downside, which is something that I don't like. But if it starts trading above 5,000, I think there could be some action. And then last but not the least is Dilip Buildcon, star performer, does all the things right. And just look at the move. Like this stock was dead in May of 2023, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, what I'm expecting in IKIO solutions, right? So Dilip Buildcon just out of nowhere comes back to the support area, all the way back from 2016, and then it just keeps rising, creates a base, and then moves higher. So I think I'm expecting something similar in IKIO lighting. So and then one more name, Sterlite Technologies. Now again, this is more of like a BTST kind of a play, narrow range price contraction. There is some volume uptick, so I think the best play to trade this would be if at all it comes in this range. But otherwise, even if it does base out over here, I think there is a lot of room for this stock to move. So Sterlite is another name. ATGL, I'm not really very interested. The structure is similar to Adani Green. I think I need something like this, and then I'm going to be interested, and that could probably lead to this. So Adani stocks, for me, I think they're not ready yet, not quite there yet, but there are tons of stocks that I'm going to be watching out for. So if you like this content and if you like my efforts, please make sure that you are subscribing to the channel. 80% of people who watch the channel don't subscribe to it. Make sure you do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment below which is your favorite setup, and if there's any improvement that I can do in my stocks to watch. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day and all the best for your trading week ahead. Thank you. Bye bye and good luck.